My name is Afoda Samuel, and here is my miracle story. It's a story of miracle. And trust me, God has come through for me in so many ways, my admission, so many ways. But this particular one is a special miracle I will not forget. So my dad is a civil servant, was a civil servant. He's still alive, but he's retired now. And I come from a family where we don't have many things, but the little we have, we cherish it. And my dad is a wonderful planner. Just tell him ahead. So in 3 years from now, I'll be going to law school. I will need this so amount of money, and they will find a way around it. But then he had made plans, but man proposes, God disposes. Some things happened in the family that did not make the plan work out. So my dad is a man that does not like to stress, and I so much take that from him. I don't stress myself too. I don't go out of my way. I believe in faith, and I believe in God planning things. So apparently, I told him I'll be going to law school. He said, let's go, let's see how it goes. I processed my admission. I was posted to Abuja Law School, and then the money refused to come. 235,000 that year. The money did not come. All my friends were paying. The ones that could not get the money, somebody got his church to pay, somebody got his king and their community to pay. I had nobody to pay my law school fees. And then one by one, all my friends were resuming in school, and I could not resume. I had nothing to pay for my law school fees. My dad said, how far? Anytime my dad calls me, I tell him it's nothing. No, don't worry, I made up my mind. I'm not going again, because I didn't want to put him under pressure, and I just don't know what I could do. So I made up my mind that I was not going. And I remember one of my friends, Victor Ebere, he called me one day. He said, Afuda, what is happening? Why are you not in law school? You graduated with 2-1. You are not. Why are you not here? I explained to him. He said, okay, they've talked to the dean, and the dean said I should come and see her. So they want to see how the faculty could raise something for me. But somehow, something within me just does not align. I said, no, I've made up my mind. Then I've been doing radio, so I made up my mind that I was going to FRCN training school, that I won't go for law school again. But then the FRCN training school, it did not work out, but I could not go. Then I traveled to Lagos. I was staying with a friend, with Bola, for a while. Then I just came back home, and that was when I joined a new church. I left my former church at that point because of some things that happened during the payment process. Because like I said, I have some of my friends that their church paid for them, but then I thought my church would be able to pay for me, but unfortunately my church could not. And then it got to me, such that when I'm in church and the pastor is preaching and they're talking about money, my spirit is vexed. I no longer listen. I just feel like staying in this church will not do me any good. I won't be blessed. So I left the church. Because I couldn't get the help I needed. But then, mind you, the church has come through for me several times before then. But then that particular one, but I could not keep deceiving myself. I could not psych myself out of it. So I had to leave the church, and I joined a new church. Then my very first Sunday in the church, the pastor was preaching, and he talked about having faith to start a project. Then I had the idea of starting a monthly comedy show. So I started a monthly comedy show at Fun Factory, Laugh and Roll with Afuda and Friends. It was a miracle to starting the show. And then in one of my shows, a family attended, and then while I was the person managing the event center told them, I think she was one that invited them, and she told them, you know, that guy is a lawyer, but they have not been able to go to law school. And then one of them said, why not? If he's willing and he's able, he's ready to go, let him talk to us now. We will find a way around it. We will sponsor him. And she mentioned it to me. In fact, she called me, said, guy, how far? Are you still ready to go to law school? I have a family that is ready to sponsor you. I said no, outrightly. Then I was just having a gist with one of my neighbors, Pastor Kingsley. And I told Pastor Kingsley, do you know what happened after my show? A family called me, and they said they want that a family might want to sponsor me. And I said no. He kept quiet. The following morning, he called me. He said, you see, one thing I've learned in this life, so don't say no to opportunities. I want you to call the person back and try to see if that opportunity is still available. And I listened to him. And the following morning, I called Fun Factory back. She called me. I went there. And then she said, you know what? If that is it, start the process. And thankfully, I got to Faculty of Law that day. That was the day the processing of admission for law school for that particular year, I'm talking of 2011 now, was closing. the last day, and then I quickly dropped my name and everything, and then they processed it, and the admission came out. And then once again, I was posted to Abuja. Then I went to the person that wanted to connect me. He said, it's been, because that one was like 2 or 3 months later. He said, let's see how it goes. I said, no, school is resuming very soon. I just want to see what we can do. He said, no problem, let's go. He said, but one thing, no, I don't ask people for money. So when we get there, I will introduce you to them. If they remember that they promised to sponsor you, good. If they don't remember, I won't do anything. I'm not waiting you tell me this. Okay, let's go. Unfortunately, we got to those people's, they had a school. They have a school till now, very big school in Ibadan. So we got to the school, husband and wife, they managed the school together. So unfortunately for us, the husband was not around, and we met the wife. And we greeted her, they talked. I said, you don't remember this guy? He was the one that organized the show. I invited you for the lawyer. I said, oh, he lost to them. How are you? How is everything? How is it going? The woman did not say anything about law school. And we left. And it was awkward silence. I said, ma, they're not talking. I said, please, ma. Because he said, I can't do more than that. Since they did not remember or they did not say anything about it, there's nothing else I can do. I said, ma, please, is it possible that you give me their contact? She said, for what? Do you know them from anywhere? Why do you want to go and disturb them? Do you know? And then that was it. I had nowhere to go again. I couldn't go to my new church because I just joined the church. They know me because I do stand-up comedy stuff, but I don't want to be like that needy guy that is always going to meet church. So I didn't go to meet the church this time around. Then I remember one of my very good friends, Titi Layo, now Titi Jaji. She told me that time that she mentioned my case close to someone, and the person said, if I have a friend that helps people like that, he could have helped him now. I said, okay. So this time around, no hope again. And then once again, school resumed, and everybody left, and I was still in Ibadan. So I just remember, and I called Titi. I said, Titi, that man, wait all that time, say, Alpha, I think I will need the man now. Is there anything you can do to help me? He said, okay, let me talk to him. And then she talked to the man. The man happens to be Barrister Adebayo Ojo Mutalubi, the former Attorney General of Oyo State. Then he was the Attorney General. And then she talked to him, and the man said, you know what? Tell him to call me on this particular day. I think it was a Wednesday. We're coming from church. So the moment I came from Bible study, I went to a business. Okay, I bought 100 naira credit, and I called him. Said, okay, you know what? I want you to meet one of my friends. My friend is even here. And then he gave the phone to his friend, and that was Barrister Olatunji. And then the man picked the phone, and he said, Alpha, he said, did you pass? I said, yes, I graduated with 2-1. I said, from which school? I said, you. I said, UI. Mention the lecturers you know. I mentioned Barrister Kintayo. I mentioned the name of the dean. He said, you know what? When can you come to Lagos? I said, whenever you want me to come. Say, okay, that will be next week. Okay, next week will be fine. When is the school resuming? I said, school resumed last week. They are already in school. He said, blood of Jesus. School to resume. Okay, you know what? Tomorrow morning by 10 a.m., call me. Come and meet me at Secretariat. So by 10 a.m., I got to Secretariat, and I called him. And he was bouncing my call. I was like, wow. Don't be say this will don't find me on this share again. I was standing under that tree. I think opposite the governor's office. I was just waiting there. Then at a point, I just saw my phone. I kept calling. At some point, he just called me and said, I was inside the bank. He said, where are you? I said, I'm in front of the governor's office. He said, just keep waiting for me. You will see me there. You will see a red Tundra. Then after a while, I saw the Tundra. And then he parked. He said, I'm parking there now. Can you see me? I said, yes. They come inside. So when I got there, his driver was driving. He was beside the driver. So I entered back. I did not see his face. I could not see his face because he didn't face back. I said, what's your name again? I said, Kayode Adeniyi. Okay, that was when he now asked me to mention some of our lecturers. I mentioned Professor Abangoshe, Barrister Kintayo, Said, okay, that's fine. You said it's called 2-1. Said, okay, all right, take. Just stretch and like it. 250,000. School fees was 245. If you hear of naked miracle, I never expected. I was thinking that maybe you'll give me like 100, so I'll start looking for the rest. Said that's 250,000. Take 245, pay your school fees, and when you get to Abuja, let me know. It was like a miracle. It was like a miracle. It was like a dream. And then I got down from the car. I was shaking. I left that place straight to what's the name of this cafe inside Agogo complex to go and print my authority to pay or whatever. Straight to bank. In fact, I told anybody, even my parents, I've paid. I have 5,000 naira left. I've paid at Zenith Bank. Then I called everybody. I'm going to law school. I called Barrister Devayo Ojo. I said, congratulations. You know what? Throughout your stay in law school, I'll be doing so for you. And the rest is history. I resumed like 2 or 3 weeks after. I think that should be on okay, I called him on Wednesday. He gave me the money on Thursday. So Friday, Monday, I don't land for Abuja because I just had to start running around for money to transport myself. My parents came through for me and everything. And we thank God. We thank the Lord. And that was how I got to law school. And that was how I eventually became a lawyer. I was called to bar on the 20th of November 2012. Do you know that from that time, 2011, till date, I kept calling Barrister Olatunji, sending him a message, calling him, thank you sir, I really appreciate. Sometimes we talk on phone, sometimes I call him, just pick up the phone. Well, about when you school, okay, all right, all the best. Bam, I will send him a message, just say thank you. Do you know that since then up till now, I've not set my eyes on him again. But later I got to know that got to know people who know him. But as I'm saying this now, it seems like, why have you not gone to look for him? I think that's the next thing I will do. I'll go to look for him. But I have not set my eyes on him again. And up to date, if I see him, I will walk past him because I cannot even identify him. I don't know. I shall know that it's not yellow. I can't recognize his face. Since 2011. How many years now? That's like 15 years. 2011. 14 years now. Wherever he is, I pray once again that God bless him. God will bless his children's children. Barrister Devayo Ojo, Titilayo Inojo, and everybody that was instrumental to that miracle. I pray that God Almighty will bless them. God will keep them. They will not walk alone. And every time I pray for them and I remember them. And I'm still remembering them till today. And up till date, I can tell you that is one of the biggest miracle of provision that I've ever experienced in my life. And it was very strategic, very instrumental to whatever I've become and whatever I will become in my life. And I thank God for that, and I thank God for them. I've shared my own testimony. I'm praising God. I'm thanking people who God used. I know you have your own testimony too. Your own may be provision, your own may be God saving you from something, maybe healing, whatever. What is that the most remarkable, miraculous intervention you've experienced? Let's share it. Let's strengthen other people's faith. Let's have fun doing it. This is my own story. My name is Afuda Samuel. I want to listen to yours. Thank you.